Today we are in Pangkor. The first thing we did, we sat down and learned about the sea turtles that come here. Then we decided to make our own sea lettuce, or angbong angbong in Malay. And we put the stems of the sea lettuce into a polyester plastic bag and patted it down. I asked some of my friends to double check it to make sure that they were all smooth and ready to be planted. Then we grabbed the sea lettuce and moved to another site on the beach. And then we digged a hole and planted the sea lettuce into the ground so they could grow and the sea turtles could lay their eggs.
On the second day of Malaysia week, first thing in the morning, we went kayaking, and Mr. Shafiq taught us the basics of how to kayak. Then we went on a 30-minute kayak to a different beach and did a beach cleanup.
The beach cleanup is important because when turtles lay their egg, they need clean beaches to lay their egg. But if the beach is not clean, then they need to lay their egg in the ocean and the egg might be lost in there forever.
What we did today was we cleaned the beach and there was a lot of bottles and ropes and we collected more than 10 bags and it was very successful.
On the third day of Malaysia week, we got to go to the Lumut Mangrove Conservation Park. We crossed a high bridge so we could see over top of all the mangroves. We got to learn about the different species that live in the mangroves, such as mud skippers, different crabs, and singer bees. When we walked across the high bridge, we got to see the different types of roots of the mangroves. After the tour, we got to experience planting 2 different mangrove saplings. We prepped the bags with mud and we put the saplings in. We made 117. Then we made a human chain and passed the bags along down to the nursery.
On the 4th day, we did whitewater rafting, starting with a quick safety briefing before heading down the river. Overall, I think my experience was pretty good. There were a lot of times where I thought I'd fall into the river, and there was a brief bit of panic, but it was quite fun, especially going down some of the faster rapids. Some of the times that we spent were actually quite fun when we splashed each other. But because I was wearing glasses, sometimes my vision got too foggy, but eventually halfway through I took them off and it was much better that way. We actually made it all the way down to camp through the river.
After the whitewater rafting, we went caving, and in the beginning it was really dry and we were just starting to learn out about the rocks and the limestone. And then after we got deeper into the cave, it became like really wet and it was really deep, and there was the parts where like the limestone was dripping down and we had to go on like our knees and crawl, and it was actually pretty fun. I would say one thing I learned about this experience is how cool it is when caves form, because the people said that it was over like 200,000 years old, the cave. So I thought that was really cool. And it was honestly like really amazing to see how like the rocks were forming, and it was really cool to see all the patterns and stuff.
On the morning of the 5th day, we started our morning by going up to the peak of a hill. We went up the hill for 30 minutes. There was a lot of trees. And I liked it because there was so many wildlife. There was a lot of trees. There was a lot of rocks, and I liked all of them. It was nice to end Malaysia Week by going to the peak of a hill.
Malaysia Week is exciting.
Notorious.
Friendly.
Adventurous.
Tiring.
Fun.
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 Fast.
Wild. Interesting.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Amazing.